All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of For the Most Part podcast. Ole probably know this face. Ole always seeing this man on this show, but he always comes with the information. He comes ready and prepared to talk. Mr. Fernando Chillar is in. He's in the virtual building.
Yeah,
He's in
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
virtual
yeah, yeah.
building.
Virtually, you
Yeah,
know,
virtually.
chance
Um,
again. Yeah,
Yeah, of course. It's always good having you on the show because as I always say, you always come prepared and you always have some bit of information that we know,
yeah,
So it is always useful to have you on.
yeah,
Um
yeah.
but let me get into it because Fernando and I we've been talking for a good while
Yeah.
and we've been trying to see the best angle to go with it, but we're going to be looking at the NFT market right now. And I'm very curious to see actually if a lot of these underground artists surviving on it, and if there's a profit being made, So what your thoughts are?
I mean, NFTs, I would say, fairly new in
Yeah.
right about around the same time COVID hit. That is when NFTs more or less came out, or probably about a year after, because it's
Mm-hmm.
based on a blockchain platform,
Yeah.
So NFTs, as I mean, I don't know who we're looking on. I relatively new to it. The information is relatively new, so there's a lot to decipher also. But there's some basics in it. There's some basics in it. Um, um, it's like basically an NFT, well, non-fungible token. I even started to get problems to pronounce it. Non-fungible. Well, like with NFTs, as I say,
Yeah.
the acronym, right?
NFTs. Everybody knows what the
Yeah, it's
NFT is.
NFTs.
Yeah.
So, in a simple sense, it's just basically from the understanding of the literature that I know of research. It come like more or less a cutting out the middleman
Mm.
or publishing companies, publishing entities, record companies, that kind of stuff. Um, is more or less like the artist dealing directly with the consumer and vice versa. But it's more like
Okay.
an investment also, right?
Mm.
Both ways, right? And it's also more like an ownership also. So
Mm.
the for example, um, is a marketplace virtually one,
Right.
right? The artist and the consumer or the person who listens to music. So basically, it's like an artist, any artist, underground or massive artist, it's their choice. It's all up to them. Could put their music out there in terms of a single album,
Right.
upcoming album, that kind of stuff. Put it out there and put it to sell in the NFT marketplace or platforms per se, right? And investors, or people want to buy the song digitally or own it digitally, right?
Right.
They basically could go and do that and buy it,
Mm.
from the artist, or crowdfund an album, right? An upcoming album, right, for the artist. And exchange, the artist gives them certain tokens or certain access to certain things, in terms of how much they invest, they're able to go 50 free concerts, this, that, whatever
Right.
it is,
Right.
at the in studio with the artist, are different packages. So it's like a buy and sell market between the artist and the consumer direct. So you're not going to any
The
publishing
label
entity,
and whoever.
right,
Yeah. Right.
right? Um, so that is more or less like a sort of a basic understanding of it,
Mm-hmm.
right? We're going to talk about the pros and cons a little later on. I mean, you
Yeah.
might have that question also,
Yeah.
right? But that is basically how it is. It's not like to say other people that get tied up also. They think it's a streaming service, but it's not. With a streaming service, you don't own.
Right. That's what I was gonna ask because, like, I know, like, if for example we have Spotify or Apple Music, we
Right.
don't necessarily own those
No,
songs. We
no
just
stuff.
basically pay to
Pay,
listen
pay.
to it.
Tell
Right.
us
Right.
pay.
Right. 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 Right.
But with the NFT system now, or virtual ecosystem, is like you own the song also,
Right.
ownership of
Okay.
it,
So you basically give up some
investment
of your right to the material in
in the
essence.
song. Yeah. So in
Ooh.
return for you could get a royalty also if the album get big. Whatever you
Right.
invested in, you could get back royalty percent in it, which of course is basically cryptocurrency, yeah? Not virtual cash. Not, I'm sorry, cash in itself, hard in cash. I mean, into maybe in time it will be hard cash, but it's
Right.
cryptocurrency dealing with blockchain, right?
Mm.
Remember the world now to going towards that sort of cardless cash cryptocurrency kind of
Pay with your phone,
with
Apple
the phone
Cash, them kind of
technology,
thing. Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
know. So it's more or less, it's sort of novice and new to us, on the whole. I mean, to the world, it may be running at a speed, but in local conditions also, which we will talk about a little later, we still getting used to this blockchain
Mm.
thing or in Trinidad and Tobago. So which I say we get on, we'll talk a little bit about. So that's how it is basically. The difference between
Right.
streaming and owning it per se. You're investing in it, so I'm getting a percentage back into it. Whatever you want the artist would have deal or whatever package.
Right.
Because there are
Right.
packages the artist will give the investors that they invest their cryptocurrency.
Right. Right. Right.
That's how it
So
is, you know?
so now I'm interested. Who are the artists you would say locally utilizing this NFT market, if
Really
there
and
are
truly,
any, or is it regionally, or is it now becoming a thing?
honestly, I don't know. I didn't
Okay.
really research that part too.
Right.
But
Right.
the
Right.
reason why, maybe it was lack of foresight on my end, but the reason why I I don't think I've seen or heard about anybody as yet.
Locally.
Anybody would have
Yeah.
put that in our system or would do it. No, the thing about it, right, is nothing stopping you as a local artist to do that.
Right.
However, is which is where we coming down into the pros and cons of it. Is a new thing one. So we're dealing with technology that is based on internet usage. So platforms for that, I mean, there's platforms used. They have the platforms outside, like I forget the name of it. Not Web3. So Opera something for NFT platforms. So to have an NFT,
Right.
let me backtrack a little bit. You also have to have a cryptocurrency wallet, right? Which
Like
is
a
was
Bitcoin or
basically a
something.
Bitcoin, yes. And then
Yeah.
you also have to go on the NFT platform for music, one of those platforms. And you're paying. So
Ah.
that's like that NFT platform for music, it comes like the middleman per se, right? So you paying you and the artist basically dealing on that platform and you're paying through cryptocurrency on that
Okay.
platform for the music, right? Um, I don't know if locally we have that company, right?
Right.
Or they have a company like that, or we maybe use one of those international companies, platforms,
Right.
those big
Right. Right.
companies to sell your music
Yeah.
and vice
Yeah.
versa, right? Now, when I say we talk about the technical part of it, the virtual internet technical part of it. What we have to consider always is the legal part of it, right?
Mm.
Because
Okay.
again, you're dealing with song recordings and copyright ownership. Is our system locally, our Copyright Act, ready for that type of
True.
jamming, I would say,
True.
right? I should say that type of work. You understand?
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know if many of the bigger artists, local bigger artists, may already have looked at it and may have it, or they may have it and maybe for the outside market,
Right.
if you
Right.
understand what I'm saying. But
Because
in
they may be more indulged into the cryptocurrency than we are.
cryptocurrency, if you
Right.
understand
Right.
what I'm saying. But I think on our end, there are a lot of legality, legal stuff that we need to work out,
Right.
right? To do something like that, to sell music like that. You know,
Mm.
remember
And
every
especially considering how the our system locally is, we have a lot of gaps. So it's not a simple thing as just, well, I can and sell a piece of my music online
online, you
and
understand?
Hannah writes over to some. It's not gonna be that easy.
Not easy. So every jurisdiction, around the world, whatever, will have different laws, different things to cater for that,
Right.
right?
Right.
So remember to one of the I would say as the cons, right, is that some artists may also, as it's brand new, NFT is brand new, may be
Yeah.
unclear of what it may be. It may be just for 2 3 years, and that is it. It may not be long term. It may not have longevity in it. And with longevity is means, okay, if I know I'm a big artist or whatever, or indie artist or not
Yeah.
coming out, means longevity means it's a revenue stream. So it all depends also. So I think some of them may be looking to say, okay, let's see, maybe next year and say, right, I could invest or look at investing in NFT, try an NFT, right?
Mm.
So that's one of the cons of it. Um, you know, um, blockchain platform, because NFT is sort of like a blockchain platform. Again, the technical aspect, it could get hacked, it could collapse.
Yeah.
Your
Hmm.
virtual currency, your cryptocurrency gone. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
And may not even know
So so
cryptocurrency.
there's always so would you say that there's more of a risk getting into the cryptocurrency in that
Um,
regard
I wouldn't say, for me personally, I wouldn't say no. Anything, any business venture, new business venture is a risk.
as a risk? Yeah. Right.
Regardless,
Right.
right? Or any new technology you're getting into will have a risk. It's up to the
Hmm.
artist to decide what they want to do and how much they want to do, put out also, right?
Hmm.
So on the whole, the world is in that virtual age, or wireless age, and internet business on the internet age. So there will always be possibility for a hack or collapse,
Right. 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 Right.
right?
Right.
So that is also one of I mean, that's one of the cons in NFTs. Um, so that I'm saying, in our local perspective, I don't know if um, I think there's one blockchain company that
Hmm.
I know of. I forget his name, but I think it's one of these guys who own Trotters or something. Open up
Right.
a Bitcoin, company. Maybe they will expand for NFTs or for
Right.
the music landscape. So
Right.
I think it's a proceed with caution. Um, Technology right now in our world, or in Trinidad and Tobago per se, with local artists and that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
right? On the region and the whole, to say before they go further. Outside there,
Right.
artists already doing it. Nas, a couple of bigger artists selling their stuff, on using NFT platforms, and a number of underground artists have gained popularity
From the yep.
using
Yep.
NFT platforms, because they would have gone to record labels and these other big labels and publishing entities, and they say, well, no, and have all this kind of following and this and that.
Yeah.
Along
Yeah.
them.
That's true. That's
So
true.
this is where the pro side of it coming, that you cut out the middleman. It's a lot of more work as an artist too. You have to put in the work on your own to gain the financial, or let's say the financial stream, or cryptocurrency part of
Right. Right.
it.
Right.
Um, so it's like you don't need that. You could have your own little thousand followers, and you tell them to follow you and provide them with, look, I have this new album coming up, this and that, invest in me. Because if I'm a small artist, or I'm following a small artist, as they say, you
Yeah.
know, coming on, but his music, his quality is good, and I would want to know. This is where the investor will look at. Hey, I have a digital wallet. His each one of his songs is 10 coins or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I could invest in that 10 coins, help his project come along, and then his music blows up, and that 10 coins could turn out to be a million
10
coins.
million coins. Yeah.
You
Yeah. Yeah.
understand?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't know, a million coins might be worth, in terms, if it's, I mean, even if it's physical cash, might be 500,000. I don't know. I'm just saying this is
Right.
how the
Right.
system is working. And I don't know the maths exactly was the currency. Or a million coins is, I mean, you could do so much things, probably buy something else other than music, art, or
Yeah.
any other thing, invest in with that. You know,
Mm.
it's a digital marketplace, basically.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you think the industry could survive? Like, let's just say, God forbid, that
Yeah.
COVID happened to come back up in high numbers. We get into like a 6 year permanent lockdown kind of vibe, and
Right.
now everything needs to be online. Everything. Do you
Well,
think the industry could survive?
Well, this is where, so this is why it came out from that COVID period. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like, this is like the I might say, the testing phase, right? So if that happens again, then they will find a way to survive in the NFT ecosystem. If you
Right.
understand what I'm saying,
They
in
don't have
that
a choice. You
you have
mean?
a choice. You've
Yeah.
been tried and tested, people, and most of the artists who may be saying, nah, boy, not now. Then when we have to say,
Mm.
let me get into it, because, pump more money into it or whatever, and say, okay, because at the end of the day, that may be their form of revenue stream, if you understand, to survive that six year part of things, uh,
Right. Right.
because if you remember, again, everything going digital, basically, we head in there whether we like it or not,
True.
right? Regardless of it, we reach down that road. So it just, I think, is that time for them to get accustomed. And I say they're just giving it some time to see, okay, it looks like it has some longevity. Let's take a chance and go in. And I'm talking about
Mm.
all around the world, artists around the world.
Hmm.
But a number of big name or popular artists already created NFTs. for themselves and selling on the marketplace and making money, and
Well, I
doing
guess, and I think to that I would like to assume that that's because they've already encountered the problems with the necessary people, the people that are usually the middleman, like the labels and
right
so they're saying, let me sell it directly to the people
to the
through
to,
the
to the to
NFTs.
the to the investor, to the consumer, to
Mm,
the your fan.
mm-hmm.
You
Yes,
understand?
yeah,
It's also
yeah,
creating that connection. A fan might feel more in tune with you, might feel more responsible for your album, that kind of stuff too. Because besides the financial or the digital currency part of it, there's the whole um connection with
connection.
an
Yeah,
artist,
yeah,
to say, again, depending on the package you take, an artist might have your name might show up on the album. Just like how they would have done in a crowdfunding physical thing.
mm,
Aspect is the same way, or it might give you a day in the studio with them, that kind of vibes. And all these things that help people so it is also that connection, with the artist and the fan that becomes closer. They
mm,
feel part of your world, so it's a whole heap of I shouldn't say information, but a whole heap of I just say a new world to explore per se, and
yeah,
some people already exploring it and taking advantage of it. But
right.
again, you said there's the pros and cons, you know. Um, so our side of the world, I said, I think there'll be some issues that need to be sorted out because
First,
what
yeah,
would happen, even maybe outside there, what could happen is that these big record companies now will lose money, and or they may want to say, look, let's see how we ourselves can get into that system to still be
yeah.
right.
So
um,
so we sell out the
some
artists to try and jump back in and buy them out again.
Yeah, but again, that in itself too, that is where you see that's where the pros is because they
Mm.
know how can you prove to me what it is you can do in an NFT marketplace as a big record company for me that I already doing. You understand? And a number of the investors or fans know that because what's the point? Why all they come in here? They wouldn't say, I don't know, they have a direct link with the artist. So,
Yeah.
so that is why, you will get some politics at play, I feel, with these record companies. But they will still have that physical, untangible side of things where artists will still have to de- um, depend on a
Go
publishing
to a
entity
concert
or
or
record
something.
label, with
Yeah,
our
yeah.
concert,
Concert, yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so that part of music also too, the physical side, will still be around.
Right,
It's still an
right.
entity to deal with. I mean, it survived the COVID process,
True. Very
right?
true.
And people still require or want that physical access,
Yeah, that's true.
or
That's
things,
true.
or artists still want to know they could go into a record studio,
And and
the publishing label doing this, the record label doing this for them, that kind of stuff. Because again,
mm,
NFTs means there's a lot more for the artists.
hmm.
Remember, it comes like you're signing a administrative publishing deal with yourself. You're doing everything.
Everything for yourself, marketing,
Marketing like
promoting.
that,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
physicality,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Maybe
Hmm.
you or a batch of people may have, but not like a whole record company department or publishing label department
Right,
that feel,
right.
and then they're taking a cut out of it. So, but again, in pros and cons, a number of the younger artists could do it on their own. They have the time. If I'm an artist and that's all I'm doing,
And that's what
because
I
they
was
take
gonna and that's what
or
I was gonna ask. I was gonna ask what advice you would give to, well, artists, yes, and then on the side you could answer this to the business owners who may want to at least try to help.
yeah,
I'm not saying don't jump in the scene and try to jump it and take over, but
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
they're there to help. So what advice you'd give to both parties?
I mean, as a young artist coming up, on the artist on the whole, if you have the time, you will be able to jump into the NFT market, explore it, read up on the information about it, right, and see how you could use it to your benefit. But know
Right.
that you will have to put in um, work into it. It
Mm,
is to know, okay, what is an NFT, how to go about setting up an NFT platform or which platforms you could use. Then you have to get
right, right.
your digital cryptocurrency wallet, how to buy that, because you have to buy that first, put money in that wallet in order to
Hmm.
trade. Like any other, it's like physical, any other thing, but it's virtual.
Mm,
So to check that out. Um, as I said, I didn't check up on anybody locally. or any artist who would have jumped into the game. Nothing came up in mine or around, usually on these entertainment platforms, they see this artist cast or this one,
Yeah.
that didn't come up.
And normal and that's a thing that would be kind of popular on social media anyways.
Yeah,
People
people say
people will send around a
cast
message. Did
launch.
you know?
Yeah, cast launch
Yeah.
on this one to platform.
Yeah.
Good. So again, I say maybe because they're taking the time and then they themselves know that look, our legal system
Yeah.
wasn't ready for that as yet because there are a lot of look at how, I mean, as we spoke concerning online radio station. You understand? There's loopholes within it. That is why certain things can happen. I wouldn't say much about that, but we understand what we're
Because
saying.
that's a whole next half hour to this podcast, and
Yeah,
people will start to comment and be like, "Fernando needs to come back again."
yeah,
Boy.
because again, there's a legal side to it. So
There's a
artists will
legal
look at,
side.
okay, what is the, because they're talking about the same thing, invest somebody investing in me, which comes like an executive producer. The client becomes like an executive producer. You
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
And who's investing in you and will have ownership in that track or album, whatever it is you want to sell. So who owns the songs and was it clear and rights in that if it is, if it is pick up the bigger song, bigger um market outside and
Right.
or
Right.
label stuff. So all these things had to be sorted out,
Sort of
and
before we even dive in off
before
the
we get to
diving board
the
into this
scene,
NFT thing.
And
Yeah.
an artist might take a chance if it gets onto the platform outside here internationally because they may be able to bring, because there is a contract involved too called smart contract.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
To say, okay, well, what is their rights still, what they have with it, that kind of stuff. And it may be easier to understand it for the outside world, but we're talking Trinidad. I
Mm,
come and do
mm.
now a social podcast, some research on when the blockchain first came out and it's use or how it will be available in the local content. You know,
Mm.
um, because it's like this too. You can go to cut out cut per se, right? Or any royalty.
Well, because you'll be dealing directly with the consumer, so you wouldn't.
Yeah.
So,
So
so they basically would be paying for their rights. It's already
right,
been collected.
right. So it's like you could go to even if it's not consumer to any business please. KFC, these places that play music and say, hey, I giving you my whole album for $110 for 6 months. And you
Mm,
keep playing it and using after that is the next $110 for the next 6 months. And you're just getting that direct. That's
mm.
220 in one whole year. If you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But then I say, then, it's like, cut or whoever it is, where say, well, hey, we losing revenue from that again, which comes to the same thing. Right? So that's the part of it to NFTs. Is you had to go, push your work, do your own work, sell your music, and get the returns for it.
Now I do have a question. So,
Yeah,
and I just thought of this before we wrap. So, let's just say, for instance, we have Apple Music, Spotify, whatever the other platforms are that's available for people to stream music.
yeah.
Let's say, do you think that these particular platforms will also eventually indulge in NFTs, give people the option to buy? Because so for example, initially before Apple became this subscription thing, you used to have
Right,
to pay like 99 cents, $1.99 for, or nine
right,
ninety nine for a whole album.
right.
You feel that might happen? Is that possible on a
Um,
platform like Spotify and Apple Music and
um,
others by extension?
anything is possible. Again,
Mm-hmm.
before I always like to talk about the legal aspect of it because these companies may also be legalized to only streaming, not
Yeah.
NFT platforms. Now they may go ahead and say, okay, um, operate or do their business or change their structure to
Mm,
become legal NFT platforms, right?
right.
And stream at the same time, right? But then you're looking at saying to yourself, if you're doing that, you still have to get paid. They still have to get paid somewhat like how they are the streaming service. They will take a
Mm.
percentage out of it. What was the artist now himself is like, well, you know, what is the benefit to them? You know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
in a sort of a way, I can see them doing that also. And they maybe explain it already, so you may hear about Apple have an NFT platform, and maybe they maybe have one or not. I didn't research, didn't go that far. but and they're owning that, but to do that, you will be doing that for free.
True, true, true,
So,
true, true, true. That's a good point. That's a
what
good
would
point.
Apple be selling? Because NFT again is between you and the artist. If they are doing that, they would be representing an artist or a number of artists. You understand? They will represent
Thoughts.
an artist. Or artists would have their music on that. So best just leave it streaming. Why wouldn't they?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah.
but maybe they may have some work around it. They might say, okay, well then you're gonna get a bigger percentage of your royalties.
Mm,
You
mm,
know, um, if we decide to go that too down that
hmm.
road also. So that is something they may need to work out or do on their own and say, okay, if you go down that road, there's more money you're gonna get here. But
Mm,
I get
mm.
it. Streaming services, record labels, publishing entities, they want to maximize the most from an artist's music, you
True,
know,
true, true,
But that again, that's why indie artists and normal artists decide to be live, because and there are a number of them who live in comfortable off of
true.
platforms in digital cryptocurrency.
And it's probably because of the niche market too, because a lot of people are into it and they will spend their money because they see some value in it. Yeah.
So imagine you have I guess 1,000 plus core followers, and out of that 1,500 invested in you. I mean,
How
I
much
still
ever Bitcoin is? Five
feel
Bitcoin is enough, boy. We
you
feel it
know.
is.
And again, it's an investment because later 10 years down, you blow up massive, and this still
Yeah.
track has a certain um,
Hmm.
the certain value to it
Yeah. Hmm.
that grew after time. So NFTs, I say, is a new market. It's exciting,
Yeah.
but as anything, is that risk. You know,
Right,
it's
right,
up
right,
to
right,
the
right.
artist to say if I want to or not.
Right, right.
But I think it has amassed millions of billions already in digital cryptocurrency already
Hmm.
within the 2 3 years it has been around.
Wow.
And not only for music, for art and other pieces of things, items or whatever it is, so digital assets.
Hmm.
You know.
Hmm.
Yeah, a
Maybe
lot
I
of
should open this podcast up on an NFT market.
NFT or something. I tell you. Yeah, yeah,
That's listen.
So
That might just happen earlier.
yeah,
Feel
yeah,
like
yeah,
joking.
yeah.
Feel like joking.
I
Feel
think
like joking.
I think one of our things with it too as the local aspect of it, like outside it is the blockchain platform Ethereum.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know
yeah.
locally if we have. I said there's one guy. I think if I'm correct, I don't want to quote, but it was the guy who owned shutters or something. Um, I forget his name, but I think he started a Bitcoin company about 2 3 years ago when this thing now
Right.
became fresh. You know,
Hmm.
so I have to check back for the name of it or not. So locally, yeah, locally. I
Right.
don't know if others came up after him, but I think he was the first guy. Uh,
Right.
you know.
Well, what we'll do is we'll find out and we'll put a link in the description and of course always provide the information to the listener. So Fernando, tell the
Yeah.
people where they could find you. I'll put it on a little ticker thing here underneath and let people follow. Yeah, it's a real fancy thing now,
Yeah,
boy.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, guys, you can find me on Levels Up Music Business on
Right.
Instagram, Levels Up Music Business on Instagram, and Levels Up Music Business on Facebook. WhatsApp me 3638204. You know that number again, 3638204. Fernando or Chillar. Anybody want to find out any information? Um,
Yeah.
you could always call and or message, and I'll get back to you. Again, um, I always tell you, our industry lack of information and resources and things is a big problem.
Yeah, boy.
And as much as
Yeah.
sometimes there are certain platforms you go to get resources, sometimes they don't answer the questions that you really
Need
want
to get answered.
need to know. And we're lacking in that part.
Yep,
You
yep,
know?
yep, yep, yep.
But see, we're working with it, and we'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
People who already have their structure in place, they're moving on and moving forward. But I say with this NFT stuff, I believe they did none of they don't know. They're looking at it. Any artist who wants to make extra revenue, especially now when this new age with digital currency, will probably consider it. But I think they're probably looking to see and see let's see how our system probably has to get a little more fine tuned in to see, right, we could start to invest there. And
Right, 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 right.
outside probably.
Yeah. Well, Fernando, thank you again for your
Yeah,
time.
yeah,
Fernando
no
and I
problem.
always talking. I let me tell you
Yeah,
something. Fernando and I always talking.
yeah,
If you
yeah,
all
yeah.
see our WhatsApp chat, as the voice notes that as be
Yeah,
5 and 10 minutes
right?
long,
Yeah,
sharing points every single time. Fernando,
even at the
again,
jerseys is music business stuff, you know.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
and
yeah,
by the
yeah.
time you talk about Afrobeat time, everyone's like, yeah, Afrobeat flow, and
Yep,
Nigerian market. I don't know what it is, and I started doing research on their own, but strong.
yep,
That market strong, that music market strong, but especially
yep,
Nigerian music market with Afrobeat.
yeah.
I think it's
But
a
that's for our next our
yeah, yeah,
next
yeah,
we have some plans, y'all. Don't worry, Fernando will be back before the season is up because
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, things being booked. So again, thanks for joining us.
No
We'll
problem.
link all of Fernando's stuff in the bottom in this the description, including his contact number for any musician or content creator or artist or whoever you interested in finding out more information on this whole, maybe not just the NFTs, but
You
the
see, yeah.
copyright, the legal advice. Fernando is the guy to go to, so we put his WhatsApp information in the description below. And that's it.
Yeah.
Like, share, comment, subscribe, and we
Yeah.
will see you all here.
Yeah, no
And here all
problem,
here
guys.
next week,
Yeah.
boy. Next week.
We save. Yeah, 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 yeah. Kevin, thanks again.
Yeah.
Right?
Peace out, guys.
Okay, bye.